my partner and his sister went to see a Gregory Porter concert at the Royal Albert Hall and came back absolutely raving about it. I was so jealous, so I had to do a reaction to him. And there's something interesting in this performance that I can't wait to talk to you about.
The night turned cold, the stars look down. You hug yourself on the cold, cold ground.
So this is, of course, a song by Sting, and Sting has his own really warm, distinctive tone, but Gregory Porter is a man of tone, and it is so natural. We all wish we had tones like that, but, it's quite rare, and it's definitely an anatomical thing and just a feeling thing. He's got a great way of bringing emotion and soul you really feel who he is. And actually, I listened to an interview with him on a Fern Cotton podcast, and his personality seems like his voice. He's a warm, kind personality, and you hear that in him, and I think you can tell a lot about someone by their voice.
Wake the morning in a stranger's cold, no one would just see.
I love that. So, see, and he lets that breath come through at the end with that big wobbly vibrato. Look at Sting there, he's looking like, oh my goodness. Yeah. It must be interesting hearing someone sing your song and be like, oh wow, I wish, I hope Sting wouldn't mind me saying this, but sometimes you're going to be like, wow, I wish I could sing it like that.
You ask yourself,
even though Sting is
watch for
as well.
Me, my only friend, who could it be? It's hard to say it, I hate to say it.
Oh, a bit of distortion at the bottom.
When your belly is empty, the hunger's so real.
It's so nuanced, and the hunger, that little hunger to make it feel like he's really hungry. It's so subtle, but it makes you be like, oh.
Too proud to beg, you're too dumb to steal.
And this is the Royal Stockholm Philharmonic.
Search the city for your only friend, no one would just see. You ask yourself, who could it be? A solitary voice speaking out, set me free.
He just puts those subtle distortions on every now and again, not the whole way through, and it just adds that little bit of that little bit of bite in there. And there's something about him that I really love, in that this happened apparently you can hear a bit in a little while, but this happened apparently in the performance that my partner saw, that he cracked and he didn't even care. He just continued on. It's never about that. And I think it happened at a moment as well that kind of made sense. And it was maybe a purposeful crack. Sometimes they are, but he doesn't really care. It's all about just expressing that emotion, and then you don't care about that. I think that we worry so much about making bad noises that it gets in the way of expression. And he is just...
I hate to say it, I hate to say it, but it's probably me. You're not the easiest person I ever got to know, but it's hard for us both to let our feelings show. Some would say I should let you go your way. You only make me cry. But if there's one guy, just one guy, who would lay down his life for you and I had to say it, it's hard to say it, but it's probably me.
he's not thinking about every moment, he's just doing it. And it's so intuitive with him. I think he's a really, really hard worker. I mean, something that shows me it's a hard worker, and this is surprisingly common with musicians, in that he got a scholarship to be an American football player, and then he had an injury and then couldn't. And this is actually really common. I think it's people who are willing to work really, really hard for their craft, and also people who are intuitive with their bodies. People who are intuitive with how things feel in their bodies. Singing is so similar. We're using our body as an instrument, and if you are a sportsman, you're using your body as an instrument. And so it's a weird duality. Oh, I love the strings.
It makes no sense. There's only one voice.
1 second, I'm gonna stop there.
That comes to your defense. The jury is out, and your eyes search the room.
I love how he moves between this really smooth na, 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 and it makes no sense. So he is using staccato, little short phrases to make things stand out. It makes no sense is really important to him. And then I love, that big slide that makes it feel like love. It's so nice. So well expressed and so clear at communicating.
The only friendly face is all you need to see. Oh, if there's just one guy who would lay down his life for you and I. It's hard to say it. It's hard to say it.
I love how he's pulling the tempo as well.
It's hard to say.
He's kind of slightly behind the beat sometimes. Instead of, it's kind of hard, and then so he has to catch up. That is something that's quite, Frank Sinatra did that a lot. It gave it this really relaxed, oozy feel instead of being on the beat exactly, which is what we're often used to now. I love also Gregory Porter. When you listen to his records, there's no tuning. He sometimes has a little, very slight pitch, pitchy. I want to say it's pitchy. It's not pitchy because it's only ever so slight, but you can really you can hear that it's not 100% perfect, and it feels really, really human. I love that. I love how he doesn't keep everything exact to the rhythm, and it gives it a different feel. It gives it a really human feel, a really natural feel, and it just hits you in the soul.
It's hard to say it. It's probably me. It's hard to say it, it's hard to say it, but it's probably me. I will lay down my life. I will lay down my life for you. Hey.
Those runs, he doesn't overdo runs. I love that as well about him, but when he does, it's so solid. His growl is excellent. That is often caused by your false vocal folds, which are kind of a protective mechanism above your actual vocal folds. It stops, so if you're like coughing or if you went like you can kind of feel them. They protect the vocal cords during large amounts of breath that comes through. And those, you can kind of put them across and they kind of wobble around, and that causes a distortion, and that makes like a hey sort of sound, and he's using that a lot. It's like a Louis Armstrong sort of sound. It also is used in metal singing. If you're like it's the same thing but without using your vocal cords at the same time.
Hard to say, it's hard to say it. It's hard to say, it's hard to to say it. It's hard to say it. Whoa.
Yeah.
Hard to say it. Oh, hard to say it. It's probably me.
Okay, this is the moment. I've seen it before. He just lets it break. And I don't think that is necessarily what he aimed for, but he does not even blink. He just keeps on going, and it doesn't really matter because it expresses what it needs to express. And I think that is okay. If Gregory Porter can have a crack, we can all crack. so yeah. I think this is great. Let's go back to like 4 minutes 16 and listen to that again and just look at his response and how he just doesn't care. He's just too busy expressing what he needs to express, and I love that.
Oh, I would lay down my life. I would lay down my life for you. Oh, hey, hey, it's hard to say it, 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 it's hard to say it.
And everyone's still so engaged, you know? Beautiful.
It's probably me.
He just comes back, a little move of his hat, and he's back in. He's back in expressing. He doesn't ever stop that. He just recalibrates himself quickly, and we can make mistakes in our singing and it completely throws us off course, and that's not the point. You just got to keep on going and remember you're a human, and remember that music is a human art form. We're allowed to be human. In fact, it's better if you are human. You're not meant to be a robot. I don't want to hear a robot. I want to hear a human sing. So go Gregory.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's probably me. Probably me.
Woo! What a beautiful performance. Gregory. What a man. What a man. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely stunning. So expressive. Tone. And full of soul. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.